Back home, the Nigerian Exchange is set to hold its first ever Made of Africa Awards next Tuesday, the 6th of December. The hybrid event is set against the theme of innovation in the capital markets as the key for exponential growth, which is scheduled to bring together major stakeholders in the domestic market. Let me dig for more on this key event on the NGX calendar as we bring on Irene Robinson-Ayanwale. Ayanwale, she's the divisional head in charge of business support services at the Nigerian Exchange. Great to have you connected to the show tonight, madam.
Thank you. Good evening. Nice to be here as well.
Thank you. Now, tell me, very simply put, what is the philosophy or thinking behind the theme of the NGX first ever Made of Africa Awards?
Well, the philosophy is, first of all, to celebrate the resilience, the innovation that has been exhibited by our stakeholders within the capital market. We also want to reward our capital market stakeholders for operational excellence. We also want to emphasize the importance of compliance to rules and regulations because, as you know, we need compliance to ensure that we run a transparent and an orderly market. We also want to incentivize our market operators to do more on innovation and technology. And then, given our sustainability agenda, we want to ensure that we recognize players who are already making an impact in this space. We also want to recognize our stakeholders who amplify the capital markets agenda.
Very interesting. Very interesting philosophy behind it. This is part of your events calendar for the year. But what is the NGX looking to achieve with the Made of Africa? That's got me when I saw that, Made of Africa. Why did you choose that phrase?
Okay, so, first of all, our theme is the stock that Africa is made of. And you know that we are also Africa focused as an exchange and as a market. So it's very important for people to understand and appreciate the fact that everything we do, our market, our products, and everything we're offering is around the Africa focus. So that's one of the reasons why you see that we have that name. I think the second reason as well is to recognize the contributions that our own market as well as our own stakeholders have made to the development of the African market as well. As you are aware, we are doing quite a lot in the cross-border trade across Africa. So it's always important to push this agenda forward in anything that we are doing.
This conversation now brings me to the processes involved behind the various categories of which Made of Africa Awards will be presented and as to how the eventual winners will emerge.
Yes, the process is very, very analytical. What we have done is that we have gathered empirical data, which has been analyzed by the NGX Regulation Limited, which is the company which regulates our market. And on top of that, we have got one of the big four to carry out a verification of the analysis that was done or is being done by the NGX Regulation Limited. So it's very transparent, it's very empirical, and it's very credible.
How many categories are we looking at?
Well, you'll be looking at least a minimum of 14 to 15 categories.
You don't want to reveal. Okay.
We'd like to invite people to come and join us. It's both a physical and a hybrid event. So, we'd like people to come and join and celebrate with us.
It's been a year for the exchange. You reopened the trading floor after the COVID-19 pandemic 2020, 2021, although trading never stopped, but the physical trading floor. So I'm sure this is one of the big events program on your calendar this year. So I'm beginning to ask you, how's the year been overall, speaking for the exchange, from the business support services that your office have been able to provide to all participants and stakeholders in the market to ensure that trading goes on, transactions never stop for one single day, and despite the state of the economy, the market continue to shine, as it were, creating wealth?
Yes, I mean, you've answered it all. It's been quite a very challenging year. there's been a lot of effort that has been put in place by our stakeholders and by the NGX itself, be it from bringing in certain transactions to encouraging investments, So there's quite a lot of work that has been going on. We've done a lot of capacity building. We've done a lot of stakeholder engagement with domestic and international markets. So it's been a challenging year, but I mean, to your point, we've been seeing positive results here and there,
So let's take a cue from the theme of this Made of Africa Awards, which is innovation in capital markets, which you're looking at as a very catalyst for exponential growth. So how do you see the awards catalyzing an improved markets community for training institutions? When you talk about an exchange, it's a huge community. Issuers, solicitors, advisors, financial advisors. You have those who have various forms of funds on the market and companies, and so including bonds and fixed income and all of that. So in terms of compliance and NGX rules and regulation as an SRO, that's where I'm going.
Yes, so one of the things we've tried to do with this award is to look at the entire ecosystem. Because one of the things we hope to achieve from this award is to have the companies understand and recognize that there's a reward for compliance, there's a reward for innovation, there's a reward for excellence. And so that reward would not only manifest in this award itself, but from the feedback that they are going to have from their own stakeholders, from the investment community, as a result of the nominations they will get in this award, or as a result of even winning the award. So one of the things we intend to get out of it is intense competition from our stakeholders to do more next year, to be more innovative, to push more on the sustainability agenda, to be involved in all of our multi-assets that we have, such that they'll be vying for these nominations and to win any of these categories come next year. The other thing we believe that it would bring to the market is also bragging rights for the nomination for the nominees as well as the winners, because like I said, there's a lot of positive perspectives that people would have with respect to these companies and these stakeholders that win at the end of the day.
You tell me this is the Oscars of the Nigerian market?
Definitely it is.
Okay, it's going to be an interesting thing next Tuesday. But again, we're wrapping up the year in a couple of weeks. We started counting down to the end of 2022. So tell me a little bit about, you've done a little bit lately on sustainability. You've done the ex-academy training. You've done the Green Bonds program with the International Finance Corporation. So I'm beginning to think, what's on your calendar for the new year 2023? Just to sum it up.
Yes, so we have lots of interesting things for the market. Come next year, we intend to do more increased stakeholder engagement to attract more of the domestic and international investments. We are going to be doing a lot of intensive capacity building for both the buy and sell sides, as well as the retail and institutional investors. This year we've heard a lot around climate, and so we know that there's a lot of push in the sustainability space around climate. You're going to see a lot of that with us towards the ending of this year and early beginning of this year. We're going to push out things around climate. You've talked about some of the things we've done this year around our gender program, Nigeria to Equal program. You're going to see a lot of that being pushed forward to the next level come next year. And then, we are always at the forefront of innovation and technology. So you're going to see us push out a lot more technology-based innovations to create more products, to facilitate listings, issuances, and secondary transactions. So to be honest, it's going to be exciting times for the markets come next year.
Interesting. We're going to be here. Thank you so much for your time on the show tonight, madam. Have a great weekend. Irene Robinson-Ayanwale of the Nigerian Exchange Limited.